Today, I'm going to be taking a deep dive into all of the changes coming to Ranked in Apex Legends Mobile very soon. Season 3 is home to a ton of ranked changes, and Apex Legends themselves actually reached out to me and gave me the ranked diary ahead of time, basically all of the patch notes, for me to go ahead and share with you guys ahead of time, because there's a lot of really interesting and really cool changes in here that'll be coming to Ranked in just about a week's time for me posting this. If you guys don't know, the new Season 3 of Apex Mobile drops on the 19th of October. It is currently October the 11th, the day that I'm posting this. So 8 days, and then we will have all of these changes in Ranked. So until then, they will not be in Ranked. Don't worry about it. You still have 8 more days to go get your rank up and get as high as you can. But let's go ahead and jump into it, because there is a ton of stuff to go over, and if this video is a little bit long, I apologize. Most of the news videos I make are covering leaks and aren't official sources, but for once, I've got an official source ahead of time, and so we're going to be reading every single thing they've said. So I'm just going to give you guys a brief view. It's pretty juicy. So like I said, a long video coming in, but get your popcorn ready, because it'll be worth it. Legends, welcome to a developer update on Ranked for Apex Legends Mobile. Competition is core to the Apex Legends ethos and identity. We believe that building our rank system on a foundation of skill, adaptation, and team play is key in establishing the glory of an Apex Legends victory. Battle Royales that nail these elements are always the most fun to play. Rank should be a challenge, and you should be rewarded for your effort. Now, listen, I'm not going to make a huge talking point out of every little paragraph, because there's like 20 of them. And since I've already read through this, I can confirm this is a pretty key point that they try to nail throughout the entirety of this document, that basically they understand what makes a good ranked mode fun to play and enjoyable and worthy of grinding, and they're committed to however long it takes to figure out that system for Apex Legends Mobile, because obviously the mobile gaming ecosystem is entirely different from PC and console, and they think it should have a different ranked point system, a different rank structure. But the current state of Ranked, we understand that for many of you, Apex Legends Mobile rank system has not hit the mark yet, and today we will break down where Ranked is currently and where it is going as we endeavor to make Apex Legends Mobile the best experience possible. The first step in this process is to open up the ways and frequency in which we talk about Ranked and increase the transparency of our thought process when approaching this core game mode. With that, let's jump into the state of Ranked after Hyperbeat and where it is headed from our next season, entitled Champions and Beyond. We've heard the community feedback that at the moment, Ranked only rewards a limited number of playstyles. We believe all playstyles in Apex Mobile should at least be viable and do not want to incentivize one playstyle over another, such as passive play versus aggressive play. In addition, the point system is punishing for the majority of brackets. Wins feel like less of an accomplishment, and losses really sting. This is magnified at the higher ranks. The Predator leaderboard is too crowded and also too easy to access, with little incentive to keep playing once you have hit that Predator milestone. On top of that, we believe the matchmaking system itself needs to be tighter to ensure the best degree possible that the teammates you are being matched with accurately represent your skill bracket if you are matching with random players. Now, this right here, this chunk of paragraph, I'm gonna be honest, probably one of the best paragraphs in the entire article. They're basically like, yo, we know Ranked just isn't fun at the moment. I mean, they clearly state that they're aware of the fact that wins at the really high stages of like Diamond, Master, and Predator just don't feel like a win. Like, you're more or less playing Ranked at the moment to survive than to thrive. Like, if you queue into a ranked match, you're not really playing as like, oh, I'm gonna go out and beast and have a great time and win and get points. You're like, bro, I'm gonna drop in and I'm gonna be so mad if I lose points. They are aware of that, and they do address that later on in this document, but they also do note that right now the matchmaking system is a little all over the place, and that isn't good. If you guys are someone who doesn't have a solid duo or trio to play with, and you just solo queue and you get matched with randoms, then it's been pretty rough recently. I can attest to that. And so they're aware of these issues. Pretty much every issue in Ranked, they basically say in this document, like, yo, we know what's going on, we're working on fixing it, but let's keep going. Glory goes to those who jump into the fray to test their wits and skills in the journey to the top of the leaderboards. Currently, Ranked isn't accurately nurturing that experience to the degree that we would like. Whether it's new legends starting out in Iron or seasoned players dominating Predator lobbies, we aim to renew the Ranked experience across the board, and that is fantastic news. Where Ranked is going. First, we know that map diversity is important to creating a deep and meaningful competitive environment. with that in mind, we're excited to be introducing a map rotation for ranked in our next season update. Champions. To start, the map will alternate between World's Edge and King's Canyon every 2 hours, with more maps coming soon. We hope that this change will aid in keeping the action fresh, exciting, and competitive. Yo, they did it, bro. They actually did it. I'm gonna be totally honest. I was hoping for this from the beginning. I even said, like, yo, you guys can have King's Canyon all you want. That's awesome. Have at it. But rotating the maps and we'll be chilling. I'm chilling now. They just confirmed every 2 hours it'll be World's Edge, and then after 2 hours it'll be King's Canyon. So basically, if you're playing for 4 hours, you'll have a 2-hour session on World's Edge, 2-hour session on King's Canyon, and if you just hop on at random times throughout the day, you could easily get a full session of World's Edge or a full session of King's Canyon, or just a bit of both. So I think it's really awesome to mix up the gameplays. King's Canyon is not inherently a terrible map. I don't think it's a great map, but it's a playable map. And so putting it in with World's Edge, which I think a lot of people enjoyed, myself included, really enjoyed the competitive action on that map. It's also just going to make content exciting and interesting again. We're not going to be playing the same map for like 3-4 months in a row. So that is arguably the biggest change coming to rank. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, that is the big shove bang they have planned, is that they're going to be rotating maps in ranked for this next season. Continuing on, ranked players of all levels deserve a full understanding of the mode's rules. One aspect of ranked we are working hard to improve is visibility into how the mode works and how points are calculated when you participate in a match. A clear and fair rule set provides the most solid foundation for players to rise to the top, and this is something we have strong plans to improve on. We want to start by shining a light on entry amounts. Every ranked game requires a certain amount of rank points in order to enter. If you do well enough, you'll win back those points and then some. If you don't, you've got more climbing to do. Moving forward, these costs will be more visible to players. The higher you rise in ranked, the higher your entry amount will be. Here are the entry amounts for ranked in season 3. This is the bracket and entry cost they have provided for us in this document. I'm assuming that this is going to be a public article once season 3 comes out, or maybe they're gonna be posting this ahead of time. I'm not entirely sure. I'm recording this video a day in advance of when I can post it, so I'm not sure. It will come out at some point, I assume. So you guys will have this forever on like Twitter or on their article. So iron has 0 entry points. Bronze peaks at 12 entry points. Silver anywhere from 15 to 27. Gold from 30 to 42, which is pretty fair. Platinum from 45 to 60. Diamond from 64 to 80 is pretty crazy. Master 85 flat out, and Predator 90 flat out. So I do have some notes on this. One, there's two good things. One is obviously we just know the points. We know if you queue into a game and you're Diamond 1, you lose 80 points, which is good because right now what they have this really complicated weighted point system of, let's say your lobby is filled with bots. Like you kill a bunch of bots, you know, there's bots in the lobby, you see them in the kill feed filled with bots. You will have a higher entry fee compared to a lobby that is real players. Like if you enter a real player lobby in Diamond 1, you're probably losing about 60 to 70 points when you enter. I had a game today that I had 96 points as my bus fare for entering a bot-filled lobby in Diamond 1. So even right now, the points range all over the place, and I'm just praying that this means we won't have that anymore. That no matter the skill or the difficulty of your lobby, you're in a rank, you get slapped with this points. That would be an amazing change because right now the variability is so difficult to gauge on how to play out each match. You have to choose a different play style because of the skill of the lobby or how many points you're losing. So it would be an awesome change, and what I think is going to happen is that these points will remain set based on just your rank, which is how it should be. Also, the second really good thing is that Predator right now, I think, loses about 120 points when they enter a match. And if you win a game as a Predator player, you're only getting around, I think, like 30 to 40 points. So if you do the math, and then if they don't change the point system at all for kills and placement, Predators in theory should be able to get anywhere from like 50 to 70 points per match pretty consistently, which is an improvement, but still having a 90-point entry and maxing out at like 50, 60 points still feels a bit weird. I still think losing more points off spawn than you can get for a whole win is like crazy, but I digress. Bunch of good changes. Once again, I'll chuck it up on screen for you guys one last time, even though you already saw it for like a whole minute or something like that. They continue on to say, legends are the core of the Apex games. It's not just the diverse set of personalities, backstories, and interactions that make them great, but their unique roles and playstyles that affect how you play the game. With the legend perk system in Apex Legends Mobile, we aim to deepen your mastery of your favorite legends even further. We're proud to announce that starting in the Champions update, basically Season 3, you'll be able to equip legend perks in Ranked. This will add an additional layer of depth to competitive gameplay, giving your legends new ways to adapt to the ever-changing battlefield and provide some more in-depth gameplay interactions from legend to legend. We got a small taste of what the emerging meta might be when we had the perks in Ranked weaken a few months back, but we're excited to see how the competitive scene will change and evolve with this addition. Rest assured that we will be carefully watching for any balancing needs, what trends are forming, and their impact on the game, as well as we'll be listening and tilling to player feedback over the course of the season and future seasons. I don't know about this one, boys. Listen, I'm like a firm believer in competitive integrity over like memes, and a good example is like Fortnite. They have a different competitive loot pool compared to pubs. Like in pubs, you have all the crazy stuff. You got the crazy guns, you got the crazy mythics, you got the crazy items. In Ranked, it's a pretty dulled down version, just the base core items that deal with mobility and like guns, and I like that. If you're gonna play a competitive mode, I don't think you should be throwing in more, I don't want to say cheesy, but just more like non-competitive ways to play the game. As in this, I don't know all the abilities off the top of my head, but I know some of these Legends abilities are busted, man. Like some of these are broken, like they cheesing. Octane gets like triple jump, some crazy stuff like that for Wraith and other legends. And also Loba can pick up their team's card from their ultimates if it's within their zone, which is crazy. And so whether or not I think this is a good change competitively, I don't know. Will it make it interesting? Yes, without a doubt. The games will be more interesting and I think better for content, but from a competitive standpoint, I don't know if this is great. I think mobile, just at the end of the day, it's a harder platform to take serious. When you think of mobile gaming, you don't really think of like hardcore competitive. And maybe I just grew up like playing hardcore competitive games, and that's where this comes from. But like, I think like most mobile gamers, when they read this, they're ecstatic. And once again, I think it's an interesting change. We'll have to see how it plays out in the gameplay. Some legends are going to become way more useful than they currently are. Like right now, Caustic kind of mid. You know, some of these characters, Lifeline, Bangalore also kind of mid. Like these guys have some really crazy abilities as a part of their perks. And so I do think it is really going to really shuffle up the meta of legends and characters, which is good. The game has been kind of stale recently. So making it not stale is good. But also, I mean, they did say they're going to be watching for any balancing needs, and they're going to be doing that. So I think they're aware that this could have a really big implication on the competitive gameplay. But as long as they have that in check, I'm happy with this. I'm fine with this change. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out and the future. It is important to us to support all styles of play in Apex Legends Mobile, as that diversity and strategy is what makes the game fresh and exciting. However, we want to make sure that team-oriented, fight-winning gameplay is properly rewarded given the level of complexity, effort, and skill it requires to execute successfully. For that reason, we're ideating on making some adjustments to how points are earned in matches. This potential change would help to make sure the risk to reward ratio is properly balanced. These potential changes are still in early development, and we will provide more information in a future update. Now, I have talked, I think like twice now with the Apex dev team on my thoughts on Ranked, and a big thing is just points. Like, not only is it the entry fee that was crazy, it's that like you can have a 120 point entry fee, that's fine. You just need to be able to get like 150 points earned in that match. Because if you're still going to be hard capped at X amount of points, it doesn't really matter the bus fare. It really just matters how you earn those points. Like right now, you're limited to 6 kill points, 6 kill participation like credits in each game. And there's so many games where I end up with like 10, 12 KP, that could have just boosted my points, but now I'm just like hard capped. So I think if they would have implemented changes to how points were earned based on kills and placement, that would have been the cream de la creme. Like, this would have been the best update ever. But I think that, I mean, they say it's still pretty far away and it's still in development, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It comes back to like, man, you have the Apex ranked PC and console system, and I know mobile is different than PC and console, and I already mentioned that earlier on, but is it that different to just copy that point system to mobile and then make adjustments from there? Like, I feel like creating its own unique system has just made more problems than solved problems. So I don't know. I feel like this right here, if we had this, it would be amazing. And it's a little like sour note that like I've been asking for months, and I know this is a really complicated thing and they can't just do it instantly, but like this has been a gripe for like since the beginning of the game. We're basically like 5 months into the game, and this like still like the core way you earn points hasn't been adjusted. But anyways, victory comes with investment, and we want our rank system to reflect that. With that in mind, we are considering introducing an increased entry amount for Masters players. As your ranked point score climbs, more of your ranked points will be on the line every match. Wait, I'm actually reading that for the first time. That makes no sense. With that in mind, we're considering introducing an increased entry amount for master players. Brother, we just talked about this. What's the point of yeah, more points on the line is fine, but you can't just keep increasing soon you're gonna win a game and lose points still. Like, yeah, getting 50 points for a win in Masters, that's not rewarding at all. If you're gonna lose more than 85 points and only be awarded like 50 points, that is not rewarding. That doesn't make me want to play ranked. The risk to reward ratio is not there. It's like, would I rather not play the game? Like, you basically go into the game with a negative R&R, risk to reward ratio, which is crazy. So the fact that they're considering increasing master entry points is like bewildering. Like, I think the points are fine as is, but I don't know. They say they haven't done it yet, so I'm not gonna go crazy, but that's just a bewildering point, to be honest. We want to make sure that players who dominate lobbies have an easier time chasing predator ranks while making it a bit harder for passive play to perform well so consistently. While this change will not be implemented right away, it is something we're looking at in the future. See, that's fire. That's fire. Basically, they're like, yo, if you guys are popping off with the kills, we'll give you more points. If you guys are camping and being little babies, we're not going to give you as many points. So basically, like, yo, if you guys are nasty, if you're nasty at the game, you'll be able to climb pretty easily and then chase predator and grind the leaderboards. Because right now, it's not a matter of grinding to predator. It's a matter of like grinding to master. It's like it takes so long to just get to the point to then go for predator. It's like, I don't even want to do it at the time. They wrap up everything though by saying we could not be more excited for the evolution of ranked from season 3 and beyond. We'll continue to provide more visibility and communication around the future of ranked system details and problems the team is actively addressing. We know that there's more to do, and we're committed to providing updates as we evolve, solidify, and enact our plans to take ranked play to the next level. The competitive heart of Apex Legends Mobile beats strong within the community, and we hope these upcoming improvements we can provide fun, heart-pounding moments as you climb your way to the glorious rank of Apex Predator. Thank you for your time, and we'll be seeing you in the dropship, the Apex Legends Mobile team. Now what? All in all, this is a good document. This is a great document. This is so much more communication than we've had in like since the game come out. I'm gonna be honest. Since the game's come out, this is the most like direct communication we've had. So communication, check. Good changes of actually having a solidified point requirement per each match, check. Map rotations, check. Having perks and ranked, I don't know, we'll see. I'm not a huge fan initially. I think long term I could come to live with it. I'm a stickler for change. I'm not a huge fan, but I do understand that this can make gameplay and stuff really exciting. But then at the end, they throw out some curveballs of like, we know the point system is kind of whack, but we're also going to make it a little bit more whack, but we're also going to fix it. So it's like, at the moment, we'll see. The update is 8 days away. I don't want anyone getting their panties in a bunch over these things, myself included, okay? I can't get too hung up over these last few details that aren't even out. They could change their mind. They could be like, yo, we were wrong. Or, hey, we decided to do something different. It's going to work out better. We have a few key changes right in front of us happening in a few days that I want to worry about. And I'm going to let that impact my decision on how ranked is played. Because right now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not hitting Predator. Like, I would have to sit down and play like 20, 30 hours of the next week. I'm not doing that. Ranked just isn't fun. Ranked is not fun enough for me to do that right now. It's too bot heavy. They also don't mention anything directly about AI, but they do mention matchmaking. So they're aware. Like, we all know Apex knows about the bots in the game, but there's something to it of like not directly addressing the issue and kind of like skirting around it. Like Warzone Mobile pretty much called out Apex Mobile, being like, yo, we're gonna have up to 0 bots in our game. That's fire. And then Apex Mobile is like, hey guys, we're gonna do matchmaking stuff, watch out. So I don't know. There's a lot of good things, but it's still very far. Like, if you guys listen to my podcast with Bobby Plays, you'll know that my perspective right now in the current state of Apex Legends Mobile is they can't just have one good update. They can't just have 2 good updates. Apex Legends Mobile needs to come out like back to back to back with just great updates. And if there's any sort of faltering in these updates, then it might be wraps, because you have Warzone Mobile right around the corner. Every other mobile game out there is still popping, and Apex Mobile is a great first step in the right direction. But we need 2 steps forward, 0 steps back. It's been 1 step forward, 2 steps back, it feels like, for the longest time. And I hope this is our first 2 steps forward, 0 steps back. We'll see when Ranked comes out. I'll, of course, make content for you guys when that drops on Ranked. We'll be popping, we'll be dooming. I think for now, though, play a little bit of COD Mobile, rest myself, get prepared for the Apex season, and we'll be back better than ever. Until then, it's been a boy, DuckyTheGamer. This is a long one, so I hope you guys enjoyed it and your popcorn tasted good. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.